we live? Are we live? We're alive.
That's great.
Are we good? Okay. Well, it's good to be streaming live on through the WNZF studios. That'd be kind of cool. Since Today with Pastor Jay has been streaming live for years through my own social media platform, so I'm excited to be the test market for this. So this will be great. All right. My guests are Marilyn and Garrett Wolf, and we're just going to go into my show. So Mark, whenever you hit it, we're ready.
All right, just trying to keep that mic if you want to talk pretty close.
Yeah, talk directly into the microphone. So
You got
slide
it.
in some. There you go.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Wake up, wake up. Good morning, wake up. What a wonderful and beautiful day it is to be alive. I am just so excited. I've spent the past week in Washington, D.C. I left, I think it was Tuesday last week. I don't remember what day I left. All the days are just jumbled together. In fact, I was looking at my calendar. I've been outside of Flagler County 18 of the last 29 days, most of which was related to the inauguration of the great President Donald J. Trump. Very excited about that. We had the Spiritual Legislative Council. We had a prayer breakfast on January the 17th in one of the Capitol buildings. And I just went up there to prepare for that and just continued on. But my great guests are from Flagler County, and that will be Marilyn and Garrett Wolf. Thank you so very much for joining me, because there weren't that many people from Flagler County in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration.
Nope.
So I'm like looking, trying to see who was there, and I knew you guys were there. So let's talk about that. How did you get there?
By plane.
By plane. Just all of a sudden, you just said, okay, I'm going to the inauguration. So how did that come about?
Well, it was a culmination of probably about the last 4 to 5 years. I guess people we were following, not mainstream media, but following online. We sort of knew some of the stuff that was going to happen with the COVID and, the elections. And we sort of got involved with a lot of stuff back then. My wife was very integral in keeping masks and the vaccine mandates out of Embry-Riddle. I was doing a lot of lawfare with different groups, writing letters and emails to the governors and attorney generals of the 50 states, which were, I guess, the parens patriae, the Latin term for it, to tell these states that, you have the power over the federal government to keep these mandates out. And then we also were on a couple of amicus briefs. The one a lawsuit that Donald Trump filed in Colorado, and then there was also another one about election integrity a little bit after that. So we've been very involved for the last, 4 or 5 years. I got a little shout out I got to do to Tori Maris, because that's really how we got involved with some of her blogs, and that's how we got involved. So basically, this was the culmination of it all, and we were like, hey, we gotta, we have to go to the inauguration, because this was very important to us.
So, Marilyn, during the time of COVID, they were shutting everything down. The mask mandates were crazy. And you just stepped up and said, no, we're not doing this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. God tugged at my heart. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I had no peace. I had no rest, because I knew that Embry-Riddle was trying to impose a vaccine passport. And DeSantis had already said, we're not doing that in this state. And I just, my kid was going there. My best friend's kid was going there. And her son said, well, I'm just going to give in to the pressure. I'm just going to get the vaccine. And that just killed my heart.
And there was a lot of people around us that were doing that.
Yeah.
We're just giving in to the pressure. What's wrong with you? Let's just do it.
So I got a group of parents together, and we did a chain email to the governor, and once we launched the email, probably within 24 hours, their vaccine passport was rescinded. So it was a great victory, and I think that's one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, because I feel like there's going to be grandkids because of that. And, parents are going to see their children have a long life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take it, that's fine, but you cannot impose it on other people. That was just against the Constitution.
So how long have you lived here in the area?
Actually, I moved down here in '98.
Okay.
Moved to Palm Coast. I did move up to St. Augustine for about 8 years, and then came back here a year and a half ago.
So Flagler's your home. You've been here for a good little minute, and you decided, I'm going to the inauguration. We've worked hard, we fought, and we want to see it happen. So how did you get your tickets? Because I know a lot of people trying to get tickets. I was trying to get tickets. Thankfully, I was able to get tickets. But yeah, everybody was trying to get tickets. How did you get yours?
Well, we reached out to Congressman Mike Waltz, and we got tickets through his office.
Okay.
A friend of mine reached out through Rutherford because she was in his district, and she got tickets. But then again, they were not really valid.
I know.
With the changes.
I know. So here I am in D.C. I had tickets. I had about 6 different tickets because they had the sitting. Did you have the sitting tickets or the standing tickets?
South standing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I had some sitting tickets and some standing tickets. And everybody was trying to get tickets. My name was on everyone's list, right? We were just calling everybody trying to get tickets. And then they come out with the weather is going to be bad, that the inauguration is not going to be held at the Capitol like that anymore. We have to do this thing into the Capital One Arena. And the tickets really just weren't valid at that point.
Which is sad.
It is. I kind of felt like they should have given priority to ticket holders in the arena. Like your pass will be honored.
That's true. That makes sense.
Because I didn't want to. I would have stood there to go see Donald Trump and be inside the circle. I would have put all my layers on, all the things. But to kind of stand in line with millions of people.
It was a lot of
it was a
people.
lot. I knew my chances of getting in were not good, and that was a lot.
Now, did you stand in line at the Capital One Arena? I didn't do it.
No.
I said I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. It was
Too
cold.
cold. Yeah, it was too cold.
I mean, it was freezing.
Yeah.
It was really, 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 really cold. So I didn't do any of that. I wasn't going to do it. So I watched it at the Waldorf,
Okay.
which is the old Trump hotel. We had a prayer breakfast that day. And then they had a watch party at the Waldorf Astoria. So I said, I'm going to stay there. But getting there, I had to cross Pennsylvania Avenue, of course.
Yeah.
And the motorcade was coming by. So
Wow.
before the motorcade came by, they had blocked everything off. I could see the Waldorf. It was in my eyesight, but I couldn't move anywhere. I was frozen. I was so upset with myself because they blocked off all the streets leading up to Pennsylvania Avenue because for security reasons. So there were people who were staying in different hotels who couldn't even get to their hotel by Uber or driver.
Almost felt like a war zone.
It did,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah, and they did. They had tanks. They had the military. It was a lot. It was definitely a lot.
Streets closed and sirens, cars going everywhere. Yeah, but we wound up going to
Chef Jeff's
Chef Jeff. It was where a bunch of Florida
and other
people were. Yeah, a
from
couple
other
other
states
groups
as well.
too.
But we watched it there, and we watched it. So basically, we did all this traveling and spent thousands
this
of
money.
dollars to
Yeah.
watch it on TV. But at least we got to do it amongst friends.
Yeah, another Flagler County resident, Darrell Boyer, he also got tickets and was able to attend. He went into the Capital One Arena. He stayed in line.
Wow.
But he's young,
Yeah. He could do it.
He could do it. I mean, I'm like, whatever, dude. But I was not doing that. And there were people that stayed in that line all that time and got there and was turned away.
Right.
And they were there till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, that was a long.
It was a long day.
Yeah,
And
couldn't do it.
I've known from other times where I've been in the presence of the president that when he moves, no one moves.
Yeah.
So they shut everything down until he's out of the area and all of that. So they were stuck in that arena for a long period of time. But we're going to talk about that and so much more. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't touch that dial. You are listening to Today with Pastor Jay. Get something for me because you know I'm extra. Get me Hail to the Chief. Ha, ha, ha.
You are extra, but
I'm extra.
fabulously.
I'm extra.
Fabulously.
Yeah, I'm extra because, I got to be extra. So next month is Black History Month, isn't it? Let me see. When does it start next week? I got to look at my calendar to see. I know it's next month, but when does next month start is the question. Yeah, it's on my next show, so that's good. Mm-mm. Okay. Okay. We got it. Yep, we'll come back with that. Welcome back to Today with Pastor Jay. And man, oh man, we're talking about the 60th inaugural presidential thing. I mean, I'm just so excited.
It's
Pres-
the golden
it was-
age.
It's the golden age. I mean, he's number 42. He's number 47. And how cool is that? The crowd is going wild. And then there are people there that I didn't see any protests. Did you see any protests?
No, thankfully.
No.
I didn't see any.
We had
Now-
some security concerns going down there. Everyone was like, stay safe, stay safe.
Oh, I know.
It was very scary.
Now, I was asked to drive in Vice President Vance's motorcade.
Me too.
You too?
I was supposed to as well.
And
Yeah,
you know
they
what I
canceled that
told
now.
them?
Oh, you don't want to do it?
No.
Oh, so
First
no, I
of
was
all,
supposed to.
why would they ask me to drive in the motorcade unless I was just going to be the target?
But it would have been an honor.
Yeah, it would have been an honor to be blown. No, I figured I would have been the decoy.
But I was supposed to do it.
You were supposed to do it?
I was supposed to do it, and we were waiting in the airport to fly up on Friday, and then
Okay.
they canceled it. I guess you're in that group text with Juan. I guess.
No, I
you
told her
canceled-
I wasn't
you
gonna
didn't
do
it
it.
at all. No.
Oh no,
Okay.
no, I was asked to do it and I declined the offer. So I was not in the group text because I figured if they were asking little old Pastor Geraldine Denny from Flagler County to drive in the motorcade of the vice president, I'm definitely the decoy. And I'm gonna be the one that's gonna get blown up. This is what my mind was thinking. Seriously.
But I was going to do it. I was going to do it.
Really? I mean, really?
well, you
Your mind goes-
you want to know, like, how come it's not Secret Service
Exactly.
or people with
Yeah.
law enforcement or military
There-
background?
Well, I do have military background,
Yes,
but
you do.
still,
Yeah.
I got law enforcement.
you go. Okay,
So-
maybe that was it. I mean, I don't know. But I wasn't gonna do it.
But
My
you
husband
gotta
would
figure.
kill me.
There's probably a lot of cars in the motorcade, so
There were a lot of cars in the motorcade.
So I think the risk would have been low. I think we've been all right.
So what were your highlight? I mean, you went all the way to DC, spent all this money, you weren't able to get in. Did you go to any other parties and the balls?
Well, we did have an invitation to go to the Sunshine Ball, but then they canceled it because we did not donate $10,000. So they took us off
I don't
the
know
list.
if it was that. It was that, but we were going to make a donation, and probably because we didn't do it right away. Probably that.
Are
was,
you
we can't Say, we
serious?
can't say for certain. Yeah, but we were going to go. Yeah.
So, but we did get to go to the Capitol. My highlight was going inside and touring the Capitol and getting to see the Statue of Freedom,
Okay.
because that is like my favorite thing in the world.
Aw.
And it's beautiful. And we did get to see some sights.
And we did get to see where he was sworn in
Yes.
Okay.
in the rotunda.
The day after.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be at the day after, but we did. We seen that. And we seen where he did first honors with the military.
Okay.
Yeah, we seen that the
Well,
day after.
I was able to go to 4 balls, and I did not donate $10,000, and I'm not going to tell you how I got in, but I went to the Republican Party of Florida. They had one.
Yeah.
And then the Sunshine Ball. I did get into that one. I also went to the Multicultural Ball. You should have gone to that one. That one was free.
Okay.
That was free to
That's
get
more
in.
like my budget.
That was your budget? Yeah. So the Multicultural Ball, it was hosted by Pastor Mark Burns. It was phenomenal. They had all these different people from all these different countries. And, of course, they had the VIP section and all that, which I was able to get into VIP. Not because I paid the money, but, I have connections.
Because you're you.
Oh, because I am me. That's how I got into RPOF. Seriously.
Yes.
I went up there and I was like, you don't know who I am? Seriously, I played this card. It's so funny. And I was like, I'm Pastor Jay. And they're like, oh, yeah, Pastor Jay? I said, yeah. And I started dropping names of people I knew. And they put me on a list. I hope they're not watching this. So then I said, well, since I'm on the list, I need you to put this person, this person, this person, this person. So now people are coming up going, we're here with Pastor Jay.
Well, next time we're in Washington, we're going to try that.
You going to try that? People have done that at the governor's mansion.
yeah.
We'll
And
try
it
it
has
there
worked. It has worked. But I'm not saying it's a guarantee. It has just worked some of the time. So I was able to get in that. And also the Black Conservative Federation, they had a ball on Sunday night. Top notch. Oh, my goodness. All of the balls. It was a lot. Plus, I think I went to like 9 different events.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, Dr. Alveda King is an older version of myself. She just turned 74 years old. She's the niece of the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yep.
She's a freedom fighter, conservative. But man, oh man, oh man.
I think
She
would have been.
has a lot of energy.
I think she would have been a good VP.
We would love her for VP.
VP,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her that.
Yes.
I'm going to call her. She was going to an event after, come on, Pastor Jay, go with me. She was going to this event, photo op, take pictures, drop off some books. To another event, I was worn out.
She's got the energy
Yeah.
for sure.
She was doing it. I met the older version of me. So it was kind of cool to go to all those events. But no, I didn't. I know Daryl had gone to the Liberty Ball. I finally got tickets to the Liberty Ball. But I heard people standing in line for over an hour.
Oh my goodness.
That's a long time.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're down.
So what was
Yes.
your favorite part in hearing President Trump come up in his speech? What was your favorite part of the whole inaugural process? While you think about that, I'm going to tell you what mine was. Franklin Graham, he started it off. He threw shade on the whole administration when he did. He was like, oh, for the past 4 years, we've been waiting on you, to God be the glory type thing. Then when President Trump got up there and he said, we will not forget our God, I was done. And then when he said that that there are only two genders,
Yep.
male and female, oh, listen, I was hollering, screaming, and speaking in tongues. I was done.
But it is the truth.
Well, it is the truth.
Yep.
It's a fact.
So what was your favorite part?
I liked that he kind of called out the previous administration, but in a good way. You know, how they had dropped the ball. I can't give you the exact quote,
Right.
but he did. He called them out a couple times.
Oh, several times. How
Several
about you, Garrett?
times.
What's your favorite part?
Well, I got to say, Trump is a strong man, and he's definitely president material. I did love Trump's speech, but I got to say, what I really felt the most was it Pastor Mark? Is that the one from Detroit that did the benediction?
No, last name is Soul. I know him. I know him.
Oh
but I
my
can't
God,
think
but-
his name right now. Yeah.
but that
when
really-
he did
That's
part of the
amazing.
I Have a Dream speech.
I just felt that energy. It was a great moment.
He was at our prayer breakfast.
Was he?
Because the Spiritual Legislative Council. So he was.
He just
there.
gives off that energy.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a nice young man.
But hey, this country was founded on Christian principles, and I just love that. Trump is reinforcing that is what we're supposed to be based on. So, yeah.
When he talked about immigration, and I don't have a problem with people coming to this country
Yeah.
legally.
Me neither. Yeah.
A lot of my Uber drivers, as we were talking, they're all of them from different places, different countries, And I said, well, what do you think? They were all for it.
Right. We had an Uber driver who was a J6er.
Really?
Spent 2 months in jail.
No way.
Yes, and he said, his name was Daniel, and I asked him, well, Daniel, looking back now, would you do it all over again? And he said no, because it really destroyed him. He was trying to go for his master's, and, just the defending himself and the lawsuits, it set him back quite a bit. He spoke about another person named Ralph, who was still in prison, a 70-year-old man.
70-year-old man.
Yeah, a 70-year-old man, and he had a back issue, and while he was incarcerated, and the doctor mistreated him, and now he has to walk with a cane.
Yeah.
So, but we gave him a really big tip. It was really inspiring.
What do you think about President Trump releasing the J6ers?
It needed to be done. They were denied their constitutional right to due process.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward for in this administration? With, I guess,
The golden age.
the
of
golden age.
America.
What
I'm
does
ready
the
to-
golden age of America look like to
I
you?
want everybody to prosper.
Yes.
Everybody. I don't care if you're a Democrat, if you're an independent, if you're a Republican. We are all going to prosper. We are all going to do better. That's what I'm
I
looking
love
forward
that.
to.
One of the things that I noticed while I was in D.C. was how I didn't see any strife. I didn't see any argument. I was expecting a lot of riots and a lot of things. I was in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago where President Trump, he was there. He was appearing, and also our great Governor DeSantis was there. And it was riots outside. People were picketing. I didn't see any of that.
No.
Yeah, we didn't see it either. And we were surprised. We thought for sure we would have.
Yep.
There was this one lady in my hotel room. Well, not my hotel room, excuse me, staying at the hotel where I was. She was not in my room, thank God. But I was talking to her, and she was there to protest. This is what she told me. She was there to protest. And I was asking her about the economy and things like that. And she said, oh, well, and the gas prices. She said, oh, the price of gas should be higher than what it is. It should be high. And I said, why do you feel that way? And she said, because we all need to go to electric cars. And if we raise the price on fuel, then everyone be on electric cars. And I said, is that really how you think? She said, absolutely. Anyway, to myself, I was thinking she was an idiot, but I didn't.
Make everyone
I was
suffer.
cool.
Make everyone suffer.
Yeah, we're just gonna make everybody suffer because no one needs to drive. And I was thinking, okay, she's an idiot, but I just let it slide. It was good for me to just let it go. It really was. Thankfully, I didn't run into a whole lot of them. Thankfully.
We didn't
All right,
have
we got to
much.
take another break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. Oh, that's not a whole lot of time. That's not a whole lot of time. Okay. Massage by Natalie. Okay. Is she Massage by Natalie still one of my sponsors? It's a new year.
Might not be.
Okay.
She might not have pulled all the shows or critiqued all of them.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. I want to give a thank you and a shout out to Church on the Rock. Thank you so very much. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm ready. Let's try it again. I want to give a thank you and a shout out to Church on the Rock. Thank you so very much for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay and keeping me on the air. So we only have a few minutes left, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Talk about making America Florida. They've pulled everyone out of Florida to go serve
They did.
President Trump and his administration.
Yep.
We lost Rubio. I mean, we lost a ton of people.
Yep.
But
Hopefully
that's
they-
because we lead the nation.
We lead the nation. What do you think's going to happen? Because our governor, he's termed out. So where do you think he's going to go? What do you think's going to happen with him? He's too great to go sit somewhere.
He is too great to go sit somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, my thought is who's going to replace him?
Ooh. Well,
No.
it is my understanding that Byron Donalds.
I
Maybe
think Byron
running-
Donalds would be great. I
Byron
think
would
Matt
be good.
Gates would be great. Either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see one of
I
them.
think Byron would be really good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I do want to remind everyone that we do have a special election going on.
Yes, we do.
We do. Do you know who you're voting for?
I do.
Oh,
And
you want to
I'll-
tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Randy Fine.
Randy Fine. Okay.
Randy Fine.
All right.
Endorsed
Same.
by Trump.
He's endorsed by Trump. Okay, well, so everybody needs to vote. We have a special election going on so make sure you get out and vote.
And the early voting's going on now.
It is, but by the time the show airs, you're going to have to vote on Tuesday because it airs on Sunday.
Okay.
So can't early vote right now.
Scratch
so.
that.
But yeah, definitely go out and vote. Thank you guys so very much. Next
welcome.
month is Black History Month. You're not going to want to miss the show. I'm going to have Dr. Alveda King on my show. I'm going to have Alice Johnson, who was pardoned by President Trump. I'm also going to have Javante Teague. He is the vice president of the Republican Party of Florida. First black, I believe, to vice chair the Republican Party of Florida. He's so cool with his cowboy hat, so we'll have him on. And many other guests. So Black History Month, and you know what I say? Listen, every month is Black History Month as far as I'm concerned. You know, yesterday gone, tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? You're going to continue to listen to my show. And remember, every month I'm black. But in February, I'm blackity black, black, black. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.